on Facebook if you want to reply. Otherwise, you can just like go live. Thank you so much, June. Pasensya na.
Am I live already? I'm not sure yet if I'm live already.
I will check. I'll message you on
My
Facebook.
Facebook naman is open din eh. Wait lang.
Yeah, I will message you on
have
Messenger.
two, both my are open. Wait lang. Yeah, I think I'm streaming now in Facebook.
Like go live. Thank you so much, June.
Share ko lang sa ano ko. Hi everyone. Yes, I'm live now. Hi Karen. So once again, good evening to everyone who's listening to us. I'm June Hebrew again, a psychotherapy practitioner, a consciousness and meditation teacher. And today we're here to talk about being light. Okay, so the first drop of this April Friday talk started with courage. Hi, Stacy. Stacy, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. And then last week we talked about being you, and today, I mean rather tonight, wherever you are. Okay, this evening we'll talk about being the light. Okay, being the light. And let me just tell you about my journey into embracing the light. All right, into embracing the light within me. You see, when I was overcoming a lot of difficulties and challenges in my life, it wasn't easy. And for if you have read the book, you'd know that it wasn't really easy. Okay, it was quite a roller coaster ride for me, and I was, I think I hit rock bottom, or I think even the most bottom part of the bottomest part of rock bottom, wherever that is. And what I realized was that it was necessary. And what I realized was there's power, there's more power in surrendering rather than resisting being at the rock bottom. At least according to my experience. In my experience, the more I resisted what wanted to change inside me, the more that there was a struggle. The more I resisted the light that wanted to shine from within me, the more I struggled. And what did I mean by that? Of course, we all have parts of ourselves that seemingly are bad parts of us, right? We judge them as bad parts of us. Well, they're not necessarily bad, but judge them as bad based on what the society also, uh, because of the society's conditioning. But don't get me wrong, some of them are some not necessarily nice things about us. And sometimes it's hard to change and break the old habits that no longer serve us anymore. Because breaking the old habits from the past would be scary because if we broke them, then what habits are we forming next? What if I am not familiar with the habits that I am forming next? I'm not sure if you can relate to me, but there's this looming feeling of not being sure where to go next. You have been so comfortable with so many parts of you in a sense that it was hard for you to let them go and you would just hold on to them so tight because it felt like they were your rope. They were your ropes preventing you from falling down. And here's an interesting thing that happened. When I removed my hands from the rope that was already wounding me because di ba, when you're holding a rope and the rope is so rough, okay, you'd start wounding your palms. But even with when your palms are wounding, you wouldn't let go of it because you would be afraid of falling down. And when I finally let go of the rope, I fell. And you know what? It was a wonderful experience. As a matter of fact, the declaration I had for myself when I attended a life coaching program from OCCI, which you can actually look for. One of the declarations that I had for myself is I surrender to my greatness. Looking back at that, it makes me smile. I surrender to my greatness. That was my first declaration. When I say declaration, it was the first affirmation I told myself that it's okay to be great. And you are, and I realized that I was not letting go of the things of the past because simply I was afraid to be great. I was afraid to be seen by other people because I was still stuck in what happened to me in the past. And you know what shame does to our body, you know what shame does to our system, you know what shame does to our brain. It gives us a feeling of not being enough. But then when you are ready to let go of the shame and the guilt that happened in your past, and you feel that you are ready to give, you feel that you're ready to let go of the things that wounded you in the past, there's this floating feeling that comes after. There's this feeling of lightness that comes after, knowing that your rock bottom is actually not as bad as you think. Knowing that your rock bottom is actually just another place. Knowing that at rock bottom, actually, when you look up, there's beautiful sky waiting for you. And realizing that there's this beautiful sky waiting for me made me feel that, wow, there is hope after all. There is actually um, wonderful things waiting to happen. And there are actually wonderful things that have happened already that I haven't been noticing after all. Okay, that I haven't been noticing. And when when I finally was able to surrender to my greatness, I realized that the light in me started to just shine out little by little by little by little. It was kind of, thank you, Cherry. Okay, it was some form of baby steps for me. It was some form of baby steps for me. All right, that I find light in all the stories that I have told. All right. Hi, hi. Vix, okay, Vix is was my classmate in law school who's now a lawyer, by the way. All right, but I changed my path. And when I started embracing little by little the light that's shining from within me, the feeling of lightness happened. So I guess what I want to say is that you are a being of light. And I heard this from Tina, okay, an access consciousness practitioner, access bars practitioner. Okay, because I've always been hearing you are light, all right. But it never occurred to me until she mentioned in one of her sessions that you are light and you are also lightness. You are also lightness. Okay? That feeling of lightness inside where your heart is simply light and where you just giggle at little things like a little child, where little things around you make you laugh. And you know, in my journey from rock bottom up, all right, of course, it's also important to acknowledge that you need help. Okay, it's really really important. It's important to acknowledge that when you are at rock bottom, you need help. First thing is because independence, okay, too much independence is actually a trauma response. Okay, dialogue such as I will do it by myself. I can do this on my own. All right, it's a trauma response. But when you finally are able to tell yourself that I need help, okay, and you start looking for help, okay, from appropriate people, of course. You discern also the people that you'd like to ask help with, to ask help from, rather, okay, and you choose professionals that really understand what you're going on. When you finally admit to yourself that you need help, and then a part of your trauma actually melts also. Because again, independence is a trauma response. Or rather, if we put that into perspective, too much independence is a trauma response. Okay, and there are a lot of journals and researches that would actually prove that when you are not asking for help, it is probably or more, it is likely caused by a traumatic experience. Right? So when from rock bottom, I started seeking help from other people. I remember there was this friend of me who actually told me, okay, you might want to see this person, you might want to see this person. And when we were talking, I wasn't actually ready, okay, to see professionals because again, I was holding on to the belief system, okay, scripting of the people around me that looking or seeking the help of a professional would mean that you are deranged, a mental person, okay, which means that there's something wrong with you, all right? And I resisted for a while, okay, until I got into the process and eventually got into uh, got into a program, then talking to different professionals, all right, wherever I would resonate, and then also recognizing that, wow, telling my story has some effect in people. But now I'm talking about it now. Okay, when I tell my stories to people, it has this positive effect on them. But unlike before, when I talk about it and I was stuck in the dramatic when I was stuck in the dramatic perspective of it, not realizing that I was the only one, okay, despite the many experiences that I have had, okay, I was the only one actually creating the dramas around me. I know a lot of people are saying that, okay, I've had close people telling me now, oh, don't worry about those things, don't worry about those things, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Okay, you need someone to guide you, and I'm just privileged enough and fortunate to be helped by a lot of people, okay, and who never really surrendered also to me. And thank you, Karen. You know, Karen, by the way, Karen read the book, I think, more than I have read my own book. Okay, and she knows the story of, I think, every page more than I do. Okay, and when I started telling the story from a perspective of not being a victim, but from a perspective of just a storyteller wanting to share a story that might help other people, it actually had a different impact on them, and it actually right up until now, okay, people messaging me, okay, I've read, and so these people I'm talking about, they just read maybe just the first chapter of the book, okay, because the free chapter of the book, and some of them have read the whole chapter, and they were telling me how, okay, how inspired they were by the stories that I shared, and it made me realize that anyone who has a story to share, including you who's watching right now, from YouTube, from our group, okay, from online healing community, right? Anyone who has a story to share, and that you're sharing your story and you're not coming from a space of being a victim, but rather from a space of gratitude that you are able to tell your own story, you are actually already carrying the light through the stories that you tell. You know, I remember Karen telling me, all right, in one of the interviews that I had with her, okay, because I told her that I am so grateful to have experienced whatever it is that I had experienced in the past. And it was not easy before I get there to be grateful for those experiences. But I think the compass was, would you have your experiences be experienced by other people? And the fast answer, without without skipping a heartbeat, was no. So maybe there's a reason why it should be my story, because other people might not be able to live to tell that kind of story if it happened to them. Cherry, hi, all right. And it's a privilege, and my heart is filled with gratitude that I look at everyone and share. I remember, right, when I used to talk about these things, I couldn't last two sentences without bursting into sad tears. But now, um, through the book and through the groups where I am sharing this to, it's not coming anymore from becoming from being a victim, but also but coming from so much gratitude and so much joy that every day right now I'm excited to wake up because I know that I am living a life of purpose. And telling my story had a lot of impact to a lot of people that also encouraged me to practice psychotherapy. So now I'm a psychotherapy practitioner and helping other people also overcome the hurts they've had in the past. And what a wonderful smile it brings to my face to for them to message me and tell me how one session could actually make a difference in their life. And it is a gift to actually be able to embrace the real you, to actually be embraced the things inside you that you didn't know you have. And I'm eternally grateful for the people who have helped me, all right, from OCCI community and also the mental health professionals who helped me in the past where I didn't know where to go. My family was also a very big instrument into making sure, all right, that I was okay. And right now, my heart's just filled with so much joy, so much gratitude, and so much love for everybody that I can't wait to spend the courses with you, okay, in the future that I will be holding, right? Healing the inner child, a joyful journey, all right? Because my journey, okay, when I was healing the inner child, wasn't as joyful as I wanted it to be. And now I'm given this opportunity to have this course offering to a lot of people healing the inner child. But this time, it is a joyful journey that when you finally are able to ready to open up, okay, what you want to heal in the past, that it doesn't have to be full of heaviness. It doesn't have to be filled with a lot of dramas. That it can actually be a joyful journey for you. And I think I experienced what I experienced so that I could pave the way for other people to heal in a much better space. That they wouldn't have to go through that everything that I had to go through, all right, just so they could be in a space where I am right now, which is a space of gratitude and a space of lightness. Um, to conclude, all right, this 30-minute talk, all right, about the book club, remember that you are light and you are lightness. And I was recently told, by an access consciousness practitioner, whatever is heavy does not belong to you, right? Whatever is heavy does not belong to you because you are beings of light and you are also beings of lightness, all right? So honor what is light in you, honor what is light inside your heart, honor what is light in your words, honor what is light in your actions, and follow that energy of lightness. Follow that energy because the the soul within you knows. Your body knows where to go. And when you're able to honor that, life is such a beautiful space to be in. All right. Life is such a beautiful space to be in. Pam, okay, Pam is also there. Hi, Pam. All right. Bernardo's okay. Pam, hi to you. Cherry, thank you. All right. I'll share so they can avoid it. Thank you so much. All right. So we are open for some questions. If you have some questions, you can just type it in the box. All right, in the comment section below, and we'll do everything in our power to answer them. Okay, I'll answer based on my experience. Okay. Wow, that was I was a bit what you call that. Okay, there's an energy of lightness earlier when I was sharing, and I appreciate you guys just watching here. Pam, yes, whatever is heavy does not belong to you. Okay, whatever is weighing you down, it does not belong to you. So all you can do is to just return it to sender with consciousness attached. Okay, you just simply say maybe you return it to sender. Okay, I return it to sender. Okay, I return it to the source. All right. So you are lightness. Okay. Why is it when you hear your inner child, others will misinterpret you? Because they're not ready. Hi, Cherry. Okay, to answer your question, because they're not ready. You might be a representative of the parts of themselves that they want to heal that they are not ready to heal yet. All right, or you might become a representative of their past self that they're not willing to heal yet. And sometimes it's not easy for people to see other people heal because it's scary for them because they're not sure if they can do it too. And also because if other people can heal and they can't, all right, it will make them think of the excuses that they have been telling themselves why they can change. And for a lot of people, it's hard to let go of the many excuses that they're telling themselves. And believe me, I've met quite a lot of people who are not yet ready. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make them wrong. Um, it's just that at that moment they are operating on their own level of awareness. All right. Again, it doesn't make them wrong. It's just that they operate on their own level of awareness, and maybe that is what's helpful for them at that moment. And doing more than that maybe is too much to take for them, and might be even detrimental. So we also respect their space. All right. Hi, Teen. Tain. Si Tain. Tain. Teen. I had the psychotherapy, but then I wasn't able to finish it because of a lockdown. But I still feel that I need help now because I don't know what I will do. Teen, hi, you can contact me through online healing community. You can direct a message to me. Okay, I do psychotherapy sessions online. It's one of the things that I love doing. I love helping other people also um, embrace the lightness in themselves. So, Teen, just drop me a message, right? Cherry, I underwent the stage so painful yet a sweet success now. I drop a tear now. Thanks. Wow, thank you, Cherry. All right, Cherry, I know that is that tear is a tear of gratitude. All right. Stacy is asking, Sir June, why is it so painful to heal? Um, for others, it's really painful, and that's the reason why the journey I'd like to take my attendees to the course is a joyful journey that I want them to experience. Because for a lot of people, healing is painful. I think also because of the energy of the word healing. Okay, healing, but as a word in itself has an energy that says that you need healing from something, right? And if you need healing from something, you are reminded of those some things. You know what I mean? And so when you are reminded of those some things that you needed to heal, you are reminded also of the pain. But now here's an important thing maybe that I'd like to point out, that pain is not a bad thing. Right? Pain is not a bad thing. It's just our body's way of telling us where we can let go, all right, and where we can release. Okay, it's just a map. It's just, or if it's an emotional pain, it's our emotions telling us where we need to let go, where we need to release. So our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, di ba? When they are in pain, they are telling us something. Okay, they're actually showing us a way out of the pain. Okay, our body doesn't become painful, or our body, our emotions, our mind, they don't become painful just because they want to put you in pain. They're actually telling you something. Okay, they're showing you the way out of the pain. All right, they're showing you the way out of the pain. All right. Cherry, you're right. Thank you for this love and light. Cherry, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, Stacy, all right. Wounds, okay, because healing would mean that there's something to heal, and those would be your wounds. And sometimes it's not easy to look at your wounds. Okay, it's uncomfortable, even awkward, even as a subject of conversation. Okay, if you are not really able to address them. But you know what? In proper forum where you can open up, it's actually wonderful to be able to talk about these things. I remember Karen also hosted in online healing community a meeting, right, where I was asked to share. And my sharing was so light, and I felt how everybody also felt light after. And it was not a sharing where everybody was just, anguishing over some stuff, but they felt that there was hope and something was lifted inside them, because, it tells you you are not alone. Okay, when you have stories to tell to other people, it just simply says that, hey, you're not alone. I'm undergoing that kind of thing too. And then it tells other people, wow, hindi pala ako nag-iisa. Wow, I'm not alone. Okay, there are other people experiencing these things. And it's okay to talk about it. That's the important thing. And that I can talk about it. Of course, you choose the space where you want to talk about it. Because not everybody also deserves to hear the kind of story that you will hear. Most especially if you're not ready to actually, well, in my case, no, the book is published online because I'm ready for it. Okay, but not all people are ready for it. So it's also a step-by-step process on what parts of you are you willing to actually disclose to other people. But then again, when you talk about it, you choose a proper forum. Okay, a forum of people could actually support you, and we have that in the online healing community actually. Hi, Joanne. Okay, Joanne, a good friend of mine. Thank you, my friends, for tuning in to this live cast. Okay, so it's been a sweet 30 minutes. I'm very, very happy to have shared a part of myself to all of you. Okay, this has been a week full of things that I should be great, that I am grateful for. Okay, because many of the projects that I have, even in my place of work, is now starting to materialize. Okay, I'll be helping in our campus. Okay, I'll be helping set up a mindfulness hub for the teachers, or a U lab, a mindfulness laboratory for the teachers. So I'm so excited. Okay, that it is finally happening. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back on Friday, and we will have some announcements of the Healing the Inner Child, a Joyful Journey online course, okay, for everybody. I hope to see you guys there. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye.